So CMI's vision is to transform people's lives through film. And what we mean by that is whether you want to watch film, we want to bring you the most diverse programme that you could possibly see, whether you want to make film, whether it's someone who's trying to start from scratch just using their, camera phone, or whether they actually are already on their filmmaking journey, how we can help you do that. And if you want to learn about film, so everything from academic lectures to young people who are kind of discovering the world of film and filmmaking for the first time. So the new Filmhouse will let us achieve this because it'll actually just give us space. So the current Filmhouse building is great, but it's really limited in terms of the spaces we can use, but also how accessible it is, which really affects the audiences and different participants that can come to things. The new building is going to be great. It's going to give us these custom-built spaces, both for our education and learning and outreach activities, but also for our cinemas. We're going to have so many more cinema screens. They're going to be bigger. It's just going to let us actually have a much more enhanced programme of all sorts of different types of activities. And that's not just for Filmhouse. We work with so many community groups and partners, and we love working with them year round in our current building, but it means that those spaces will be available for all of them as well, which is great. So the new building is going to give us all these different spaces. Our cinema screens are going to increase, and it means that currently when our programming team are working out what to put on, there's a real balance between what we need to show in terms of new releases and the curated programs we want to put together. And it's just instantly going to double, the number of spaces we have so that we can do pretty much all the things we want to do, but also for partners, they can do so much more in our spaces as well. Our education spaces are going to be purpose-built. So currently, as a venue that doesn't really have any spaces outside of cinema screens, we have to rent spaces if we want to use them. And in Edinburgh, that can be quite challenging and expensive. So it just means it's going to be a lot more cost effective for our charity to actually have these spaces, whether it's for, a school group coming in for discussion events and watching a film, or a filmmaking workshop where people can actually get hands-on and learn what's going on, behind the camera, or a film festival event where we've got an amazing in-person event with a visiting filmmaker. It just opens up so many different possibilities, which we just don't have. And because we're able to build this building from scratch, we've been able to talk to all of our partners about, what do they love about the current space, what do they want to see more of, and from our audiences as well. And it really is this sort of, combined labour of love that's going to result in this amazing new building. So the new Filmhouse is, it's designed to be this temple of film, but it means for people in Edinburgh, you're going to live in a city that has, one of the world's best cinemas in your city. And the whole idea behind it is that audiences are at the heart of everything we do. And like I've said, whether it's they're watching things or they're making things or they're learning about things, or even just coming in for a coffee, and getting to have that shared space. I think this year has really showed us the value of that shared cultural experience. And so with this new building, it means it's going to be fully accessible, which is something Filmhouse isn't. And that's obviously something we don't want to do as a charity. We want to make sure that as many people as possible can come to the building, but also feel like it's a space for them. So it's going to be this really, exciting and international and amazing landmark film building, which is so cool and so exciting. But also it's going to be a building with heart. It's going to be at the core an independent cinema that just happens to be in this amazing space. And what we want is that everyone in Edinburgh and beyond, when we're allowed to travel to places again, actually really feel like it's for them. And that, when you look at the new Filmhouse, it's a welcoming building, and instantly you can see all these things you might want to do, and then that there's something you can go to.